So what is the best diet? Stay tuned to find out. Hi guys, Jen and Chris from FitTech. We're going to go over an important subject today, and that's about the best healthy diets. This is a topic that I deal with on a daily basis, being a health coach, and I do a lot of nutrition mentoring. And Jen has some questions that she made a list, and we can go from there.
All right. Well, Chris, what is the best diet?
Thank you for asking, Jen. It's a very good question. When you look at US Today, they come out with a yearly list, and the top two are my top two diets. And actually, those are the two diets that, as a health coach, I'm allowed to recommend, and that's the Mediterranean and DASH diets. Very similar, loaded with fruits and vegetables, a lot of healthy protein, lean proteins, chicken, fish, legumes, nuts, seeds. And it's a wonderful diet. And in our PDF that's attached to this video, I describe the diets really well and some pitfalls with other diets. So I would highly recommend it. So this was a short video. We can just leave it as that, unless you have more questions, Jen.
Well, you said you had information on all these diets. What's the paleo diet? I've heard about that.
Oh, the paleo. Well, actually, it's a good diet. It's very unprocessed. But the problem with paleo, it's a big deal. It's you eliminate three big things: whole grains, which that's where you get all your B vitamins, your energy vitamins, okay, and your insoluble fibers. I can't live without whole grains, and it's a big tenet of the Mediterranean and DASH diet. Secondly, paleo eliminates dairy, and I'm a big fan of dairy. It's very hard to get calcium and vitamin D from non-dairy sources. So yeah, I am against not doing that. And the third thing that the paleo diet does, it does not allow you to have oils like canola oil, and canola oil is actually a very good oil. It's an inexpensive oil, and paleo can be somewhat expensive, and it's a little bit higher on the protein mark that I would ever recommend to people, and they do advocate a lot of red meat. So I like the unprocessed part, but if you do all those changes I just told you, it becomes a Mediterranean DASH diet. So that was a good question.
All right. What about the people who have a high protein diet, the new fad?
High protein. I'm for having protein at every meal. I have to say, you should have protein at every meal, and people, as they get older, their requirements go up. But as a health coach, I'm mandated. I cannot recommend diets or mentor people with diets higher than 30%. That gets to where paleo is, and above 30%, that's where the Atkins diet gets. And that's why I'm not a fan of Atkins. That's one of many reasons. Yeah. So moderate protein, definitely. You can go up to maybe 30%, but I would not do that. But 15 to 25% of your calories, as long as it's healthy, lean, chicken, fish, turkey, legumes, nuts, seeds, you're doing pretty good.
All right. What about a low carb diet?
Well, that gets into the Atkins. Low carb diet, yes, and I'm going to tell you the difference. A very low carb diet is where you get into keto diets, okay? That's where you're taking in about 20 grams of carbohydrate. That's 80 calories worth of carbohydrates. No way can I ever recommend that. Some physicians can do it for patients with like epilepsy and maybe diabetics, but as a health coach, I cannot recommend that. I can go as low as 400 calories worth of carbohydrates in your diet, and that's about 100 grams. And I recommend getting it from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. But very low carbohydrate diets, no. That's an absolute must not do. Good question. I think we eliminated like Atkins in one fell swoop between the high protein.
Very strong point.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was a good point.
Yeah. Very good.
And I think we eliminated the keto with that too.
What about a high fat diet?
Oh yeah, well, back in the old days, back in the 80s when the My Pyramid came out and they were just saying no to fats. And you remember how I was like a fat, like I can't have any fat with anything. Now
Yeah, it was
I've
annoying.
now I saw the folly in those ways. And being a health coach, we have to advocate the healthy fats. Again, your nuts and seeds, your avocados, your oils, wide variety of oil. Olive oil is great, but try your canola. There's other oils out there, and it's very beneficial to have these oils in your diet. Do you know, Jen? If you don't have a dietary source of fat, specifically oil with your vegetables, you're not going to be able to absorb the A, D, E, and K, those essential vitamins that you need on a daily basis. From the healthy foods that you're having. So you need to have oil with each meal, and it should be about anywhere from as little as 30 calories to about 150 calories of oil per meal. But going high fat, I would not go above 35% because the calories go very high up. But if you're eating healthy fats, you can go 50, 75%. It's not really going to harm you health-wise, but body weight wise, I would just keep it around 35% of calories. Good question.
You can become what I call the skinny fat person.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We see, unfortunately, a lot of that in our practice.
Yeah. One that I've heard a lot, I hear a lot when I'm working with people, is the intermittent fasting. Is it good? Is it bad? What's your point?
That's like a yes or no.
All right. Good answer.
If you like her and I, who are very active, exercise is a big part of our life and we want to perform well, even as we get older, no. We need to have that caloric distribution to retain the muscle mass, to retain the energy that we want. Again, intermittent fasting is two forms. One, you just got a 6-hour window a day where you eat, and the other, you really eat very low calories one day, a few hundred calories, and then the next day you eat what you want. But being a very active person or an athlete, highly not recommended. If you're pregnant or lactating as a mother or a child, absolutely not. If you're diabetic, that's something you need to talk to with your doctor because there's health concerns with that. So that being said, yes and no. No for that big swath of people that I mentioned. And yes, you can try it if you're not really into fitness or not an athlete and you want to maybe shut down the window when you eat. There's some studies saying that there is some benefit. But it's a yes or no on that one. Wow,
Right.
we answered a lot of questions. I thought this was going to be shorter.
You do love to talk.
I do, yeah. Well, anyways, guys, reason we did this video was just to kind of give you an idea about the next video about how to put together a healthy plate. And from that, there's a PDF that goes along with that. And then other resources like our nutrition mentor, and you can send us what you want to eat, how you like to eat, and then we can frame it for you to make it a little bit better, a little bit more sound, and keep you on task. That's our job as your coaches. Very good. Again, stay healthy and see you soon.